Hey everyone, Michelle back with another spooky Reddit read for you. Today's takes place in a cemetery. They call it Experience in a Haunted Cemetery. Something a little bit different. So let's go. I have always been so fascinated with the paranormal, but never had any experiences. I am from the Midwest, and one of only things to do in the Midwest is just to drive around the countryside. My friends and I did this aimlessly, and we had an obsession with cemeteries. We went to every cemetery we came across and found some absolute gems. One on a hill in a grassy field where the stones are not even visible aside from brushing the grass apart beneath your feet. Another back in the woods with no markers across an old bridge. Just all kinds of spooky and quirky cemeteries. We had looked up local area haunted locations before, but no major sites that we could stomp around at, and never experienced anything. We later go to college and still see each other on the weekends every other week or so. We always wanted to find one specific cemetery that is known to be haunted, but the location is kept secret. My buddy's friends at college actually found it and went. Turns out they have a list, the cemetery in the directories. I have to list it. Sorry, I missed a word there. Anyway, he tells us he can take us there, so we go. We went at sunset and we tried asking questions and recording and so on. This goes on for some time into the night. We take it very unseriously, but still want to encounter something. One of my friends puts his cigarette out, and I don't really agree with this personally, but I'm reading the story as they wrote it. They put out the cigarette on a tombstone, which is very disrespectful in my opinion, to elicit a response. Yes, it was stupid, and we were childish. We ask another question and wait. It was dead silent, and then we hear the leaves crunching step by step from the darkness towards us. It sounds like someone is on the right in front of us, but we see nothing. We wait there silently, frozen. Next came the most blood-curdling scream I have ever heard. We were in a bit of shock, and the whole event still seems like I made it up in my mind when I reflect back on it. We slowly began walking and then eventually running as fast as we could towards the car without a word between us. I still think, what if it was a big cat or something? But where I live, it's pretty much unheard of. But I have still never heard a scream like that to this day, and it gives me chills just thinking about it. All right, guys, so what do you think of the story? We have college-aged kids, first of all. Alcohol is not mentioned, but as often goes along with things like this when college kids do what they do. They were clearly not taking it too seriously, he said, but what he did, or what the one friend did by putting a cigarette out on the stone, super disrespectful, and he admits that, so I guess I'm not trying to give him, gruff. It's just, personally, it really bothers me when I read stuff like that. But do you think that the scream they heard might have been an animal of some sort? He says the Midwest. He doesn't say where. I'm in the Midwest, and, we can get cougars or things like that, but that's very rare. I'm in Illinois. But in other areas of the Midwest, maybe not as rare. So it really might depend specifically where he's at. He's saying it's very rare where he's at that they would have any cats. Not sure what else wildlife-wise that would sound like that. But I know, like, say a peacock could make a really scary scream, right? And if they were in the middle of nowhere and there were farms around, but probably not if they were out at night. Most birds bed down at night, I would say. When I've been around them, I've only heard them during the day. So I'm not sure, but it could be a actual experience, and I think it could be like a little retribution for what they did, and them kind of just being maybe overall not there with the most respect. What do you think? Do you think it's a real encounter? I heard the footsteps too, so, it could have just been hyped up, or were they real? I think it's possible it was a real experience, and if so, I think they got what was coming to them for how they approached it. So We shouldn't be willing to do anything just to get an experience as we're looking into the paranormal, in my opinion. So let me know what you think in the comments. Drop your thoughts, and I would please leave me interactions, comments. It really helps my videos do better, and for other people to see them, please hit that repost button for me. And I really do see those of you who are constantly doing that for me and leaving me comments and liking my videos, and it means so much to me. So thank you. I really appreciate you all. Have a great one.